Welcome to the 10th lesson of our AutoCAD Plan 3D course. Today, we are going to learn about modeling structures. So, to do so, I have to open this tab here. It's called Structure. Before that, I'm going to erase the test we made in the previous lesson, okay, in order to have more space. Okay, so when we talk about, when we talk about structures, we have these 7 things, okay? Members, grids, railings, stairs, plates, footings, and ladders, right? But in addition, we have these 2 little buttons here, shape model and structural settings, okay? And in structural settings, I can change member settings, railing settings, footing settings, stair settings, and ladder settings. So as here, I can choose align model, symbol model, outline model, and shape model. Let's see every one of these buttons one by one. Let's start with the plate. The plate is usually the floor of our structure, right? But we have different types of plates. So I can choose plate or grading, yeah. I can choose the standard. Let's choose the EU standard. The material code, okay? Its thickness, the hatch pattern, in case it has a hatch pattern, okay? I don't know, let's say honey, and a hatch scale, okay? So it will be a new rectangular or new polyline, which we are going to create one, or an existing polyline. If you already draw a polyline, you can just create a plate to match that polyline, okay? And the justification. So let's create one and let's see how it is. I choose the first corner and then the last corner. And there it is. Let's see. This to be shaded with edges. Realistic. Well, I'm not saying it, or perhaps I didn't hatch it. Okay, let's try something else, other configuration. Let's choose a plate with these configurations. Okay, and there it is. It's a floor, okay? It's just the foundation of whatever I'm going to draw. I'm going to make it bigger, this size, and that's how I can place the floor, okay? I'm going to use the plate button later to show you how you can create other floors and not just one attached to the soil, okay? So to do so, we have actually grid. It's not a structure. It's more like a guide, yeah, to order and to be more neat when drawing. So let's create one so you can see it. Let's create a grid. I'm going to give it the name test. And look here, the axis values. Here I have one. Well, let's change all of these. And let's select them. Let's say I want, sorry, I don't remember. Okay, well, it's any axis. Okay, so let's say I want it to be one here, other one here, other one here, other one here. You're going to see that after other one here and other one here, and I press enter. And there they are. And they're going to be called, well, I don't remember the number of points I selected, so they are 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's just click here, okay? It's from A to F. Now, in the Y axis, I want, let's see, 1 point here, 1 point here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Press enter, click here, and now the Z values. Let's say one here, other one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Press enter, click here, and create. And well, it doesn't work very well. Let's see what happened. Yeah, let's go create a new one. Let's do it easier. Let's do. I'm going to write here. Axis value at 0, at 100, 100, 300, and 100. Okay. We're going to do the same. 100, 400. Okay. Same here. 0, 100, 200, 300, 400. These are the coordinates of the point. And from value. It's very small. It's right. Yeah, it is. This is our grid. Okay. Move it. Move it. And take it to my page here. Up. Okay, now we are talking. Oh, it didn't. Scale. Okay, I'm going to click it. Select the size I want it to be. Well, something's happening. Let's just write this, let's write the scale factor and see if it works. Let's say 100. Enter. No, it's not working. Well, anyway. Let's go again and create a huge grid. Okay, this is iteration as always. Okay, let's say 0, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and 4,000. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to create a cube with these dimensions. Okay, well, it's still too little. So let's create one at 100. No, but 0 first. 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. Okay. Perhaps now it's going to be too big, but I want you to show its utility. Okay, it's huge now, and I may have made some miscalculation. Let's go again, and this is last time. Okay. No, it's everything right here. Well, let's do this way. Specify the origin. The origin is going to be this one. A point on x-axis. Point on x, j. Okay, well, there is certainly something wrong with our grid configuration or grid setup. Let's change the name. Font size, okay, let's go choose here the points. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, enter. Row values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And for C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to change these names. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Well, the only way it worked this time, it was with a very small grid. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to work with that very small grid. Let's say 0, 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000. must have 0, 1000, 2000, and 3000. I'm going to copy this. Okay, paste it here. Okay, click here and here. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's create it. It's going to be a small grid, and I'm going to work with this because I just want to show you how the grid is used. Okay, so I'm going to delete this plate. Oh, look, it gives me like well, its name says it, no? A grid in 3 dimensions. So I can place things here easier. For example, if I'm going to draw a plate, I can activate the snap here, draw a plate from here to here, and it's going to create a perfect plate. Okay, you see? And now let's say I want to create poly-solid, sorry. Remember those wall-like objects, and I want to create these polysolids in these directions. Yes, so I can use the snap function. Close, and there it is, a very small polysolid. Sorry. Okay, I have to go zoom out, go zoom in again, and there it is, a very little polysolid. Okay, there it is. So, but it also can help me to place things and to order things, or as we are going to do now, place structural members. Okay, the structural members, I want them to be with this shape model, and let's set its settings. In the settings, I can choose how or what kind of structural member I want to place. So I have rounds, rectangles, flat shapes, HPs, MCs, all these different types, right? So I'm going to choose HP, and here you have also different specifications for each one. I actually want one with that size, but kind of thicker. So you will have here all the different specifications available in AutoCAD Plan 3D, right? Okay, so we'll choose this one. Here you have the material standard, okay, the material code, the angle, horizontal. Here I can place, I can move where I want the center to be. If I want it to be here or in the middle, I'm going to choose in the middle, and I click OK. Now I click create members, and I'm going to create one member. I'm going to convert, to turn this grid into a structural member grid, okay? But just until the second floor, let's say. So it's here, from here to here, okay? There it is. And if I zoom enough, actually, well, the scale we're working on is kind of heavy. So I'm going to change its color. I'm going to put in the layer, I'm going to create a layer, remember, create a layer. It's going to be called members. They're going to be the color green, let's see, okay? Let me go back, I activate the member layer, I select the member properties, color by layer, right, but in the layer members. Okay, so there it is, this structural member. It's well, a structural member, right? Because of its size, it's too small, okay? And it's almost invisible. But let's draw some others in the same way. Okay, you can also connect them this way. And well, I made a mistake because I didn't place them in the members layer. Oh no, they are actually. Let's change this thing. Share with that. Just okay. There it is. It's better. Okay. So, well, let's complete like just this first square here. Okay. Let's add another member right here and other one here. And I'm going to do the same in the first floor. Here, 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 and here. Okay. And well, there it is, kind of a tower. Okay, and that's in that corner. Let's draw other one. Let's draw, well, sometimes this grid can be hard to know where I want to be. I want it to be in this place. Okay. Now the following one is, okay, I'm going to do it this one floor, 2 floors. Okay, let's come here and nope. Let's see. Well, no, this is not the direction I want. Now here, 1 level, 2 levels. Okay, there they are, 4 of them. I'm going to click here, 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 and here. In this case, as you see, the snap function is very useful. Okay, there are going to be other functions where the snap is not so useful, but in this case, it's very useful because it helps me to maintain symmetry and to create this kind of building I'm drawing right now. Yeah, just with structural members. Okay, let's do the same here. Okay, and when I erase the grid, you're going to see more clearly what I'm drawing. Okay, now it's going to go here, here, and there's one missing here. Okay, and again here, 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 and here. Okay, so now I can erase this grid. I just use it as a guide. Okay, and when I erase it, look, I have, oh, here is something wrong. Look at the shape of that. It's awful. So let's erase those parts that didn't work well. Okay, and let's draw them properly. So it's going to be from here to here, right? Now from here to here, now from here to here. Okay, let's shade it. No, let's see how can it be better. Realistic, perhaps. No. Shades of gray. Wireframe. Well, let's see wireframe. But in wireframe, it's not very useful actually. But well, let's work with ice frame because at this point is the easier way. Okay. So I can also, for example, add some diagonal lines in order to give this structure with more stability, right? For example, those, yeah. And I can add some here, for example, let's say here. I'm not an architect nor a civil engineer, so perhaps I'm making mistakes here in the structural thing, but I'm just adding these lines just to provide a structure with more stability. Okay, just to be like more, yeah, more realistic. Okay, so there they are, those lines which are there to provide stability to the structure. I should do the same here. Okay. Now the other one here. It's important to know that when I draw a member, it allows me to continue. So I have to press escape, okay, in order to be able to continue drawing. I'm going to come here, okay, and then from this face of the cube, okay, and then here, okay, escape, and the final member for stability, it's going to be placed here. Okay, so we have now this structure, and we're going to work with that. Okay, I need to show you something. Yes, this is what I wanted you to see. Now I'm here changing to shaded with edges. Okay, look here, all the beams, right? They're not actually connected, okay? So I have to connect them properly. I'm going to do so with these tools here, both cutback member or mirror cut member, okay? Actually, I'm going to use lengthen member. Look, I click lengthen member, it says select a structural member. Let's select this one, I press enter, and I can, well, actually it doesn't allow me to. Let's try again. Something's happening. Select member, current length, okay. Okay, well, in this case, it did work. Okay, but you can see here, I have like a disorder of bins. I have too many things here, and I don't want them to be like that. I want them to be neat. Okay, so I'm going to use this tool, cutback member. I click cutback member, then it says select limiting member. Let's select this one. And then select the structural member to cut. Let's select this one. And in this case, it doesn't look as if I've done something, but actually you can see here that this beam ends in the precise point where this beam starts, okay? And if I use this one, mirror cut member, look what it does. It says select first structural member for bisector cut. Select this one. And then select second structural member, let's select this one. And well, I made a bad selection and it erased a lot of things. So I'm going to click Ctrl Z, okay. Let's see them this way. Okay, let's do it again. Selecting first the inclinated one, then this one. And for some reason, it's cutting it like very sharp, very far away. So I'm going to choose another corner just to save time and be able to explain you everything. Look this thing. Why is it so haphazardly connected? Well, let's work with this two here, okay? I'm going to use mirror cut member, select the first one, then the second one, and look, now it's neat. Now they are like connected perfectly. I'm going to do the same with this one. Sorry, click here first, then this one and this one, and it will work in all the corners, okay? So let's do like a little experiment here. Let's say I'm drawing a member. Sorry, okay. 90 degrees, please. Turn off snap. Okay, it's too big still. I'm gonna work in a very small scale. Let's say here. Nope. Okay, let's go again. Member from here. Turn off snap to here. Okay, then here, and then turn on snap here. Okay, and I'm going to draw this. Okay, here I'm going to show you better how does this work. Okay, let's go again with mirror cut member. Select the first one and then the second one. They create this kind of corner. Okay, I'm going to click Ctrl Escape and Ctrl C, because in this case it's better to use this one, the cut member. cut back member. I select the limiting, and then the one that's going to be cut. And look, here, now this diagonal is cut perfectly. And I can do that again with this one and this one, and it's going to be cut in that way. And these two, I can create a corner. So I can select the first one, the second one, and there it is. And now this corner is so much clean than this one, right? Even though this one doesn't have a diagonal in it. So let's go again. In this case, I'm going to use the meter cut member, so the first one and the second one, and there it is, a perfect corner. And in this case, look, I have to cut back. This one is the limiting, and this one is the member to cut, and it's cut in that way. Okay, so that's the utility of these two buttons. Okay, I'm not going to do all this. What's this? What are these huge members? Okay, it's some weird things happens in AutoCAD Plan 3D. Sometimes it's hard to identify them. And actually, I'm working here in a huge scale, which is not useful for the exercises we are doing. So I'm going to keep it this scale, okay? Let's say this is the size of, I don't know, of a door, okay? And now just, I'm going to draw very quickly. Let me create a polyline. Very quickly, I'm going to draw just a guide, yeah, to be able to draw our structural thing, okay? Okay, let's place it here. Now one here. Okay. Okay, let's say that's enough. Now I put grids. Sorry, beams. That here, I don't need a beam. Okay. Either here. Look here, it's interesting. I can, well, it's green and I cannot see this clearly. Let's change for a moment this color. That's pretty red. Okay. Look, if I'm going to draw a member here, I can attach it to different points, right? I can attach it here to the middle of the side, to the midpoint of the side, or to any of these points it's showing. Yes, but actually well, there, let's put it red also so you can see better. Red. Okay, now again. Okay, look there. In that X, I am in the intersection, which is like the real middle of both beams. And in order to be like more neat, to be neater in my drawing, I have to place it there in that X, okay? So once I'm touching that X, now I come here and I do the same. I have to look for the point that better works for me, and this color is not helping at all. So I'm going to change the color of members. I want it, let's say, this blue, okay? And these two, let's put it by layer and by layer. Okay, and let's draw again a member from the X to this point. Okay, there it is. Now I can cut or reduce the size to that size, right? Okay, a little more up right here. actually a little more up. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to continue. Now this way. Okay. Again, here, being sure to connect it just in the middle. And here, the same. Up. What happened? Okay. Let's put it there, and if it doesn't fit well, then we can cut it. From this intersection to this corner, okay. And yeah, let's keep it simple. Okay. Well, now in this example, I'm going to do all the cutback members. Right? This meter, this one, and this one. Perfect. Now look, I would like this. Well, anyway, let's use the limiting. This is limiting. This is the one I cut back. There it is. Now I go here. Meter cut back. This one and this one. Okay. Meter cut back. This one and this one. There it is. Okay. Going to do the same here. I'm going to do the same here. Okay. This other corner, the same, meter back. I click one and the other one. I turn, so meter, one and the other one. Okay. And that's all. I have all my corners very clean. I'm going to, well, look, select a line, click select similar, and delete all of them. Okay. Even if it looks like distorted, it's a very good structure. Okay, I'm going to add these lines, diagonal lines, to add more stability, just to be more realistic. Remember, okay, what's going on? Sometimes the zoom sends me like very far away when I don't want to, but that's the reality of working with 3D space, because you're never certain of in which dimension you're working, right? Okay. Let's add. There it is. There it is. Okay. Let's see how it is. If I need to cut things, this is limiting. This is one I want to cut. Yep. In this case, the same. Click the limiting first, and the second is the one I want to cut. And I go here. The limiting and the one I want to cut. Okay. And here, the same thing. The limiting and the one to cut. Okay. Well, this is the structure we're going to work with. I'm going to add a plate again. From, let's say, this corner to this corner. Okay. Well, I don't want this to be in the member layer, so I'm going to create a new layer. It's going to go forward. It's going to be white. And I'm going to put this in the floor layer. Okay. Now it's looking better. Okay. So we have member, we have grids, we have plates. Let's go with footings. You could say, well, how does a beam support itself just like being placed like this in the floor, right? It's not logical. It doesn't have physical feasibility. So we have to add footings. And before creating it, Well, let's create it just as it is without changing any setup to see how it works. So I'm going to place it right there in the midpoint. And well, look, it creates a kind of a box made of concrete, okay? And place it right in the base of our beam, okay? I need, in this case, there it is. Well, it doesn't work well. Let's move it again. Okay, let's erase it. Let's change the configuration of the footing here in footing settings, okay? First, well, its length is 112, and I think it's too tall, so I'm going to reduce it to 1. I want it to be of concrete and ASTM. Well, let's try it this way. So, footing, I come here, and I click there. Let's see. Yeah, it looks better. Well, I'm going to move the floor, yeah, the plate downwards, and that's all. So in this case, there it is. Okay, let's do the same here. Okay, from this point of view, this way. Okay, and the final one right here. Okay, that's it. Okay, now I'm going to move. Escape. Click a key. Click here. Move the plate downwards. Let's see if I'm doing it. No, it's not moving. Okay, 90 degrees. Okay. So here I have to see there. Where's the specific point I want it to be? Okay. So there we have our structure with its footing. Those are the footings. Okay. And that's the use of footings. Okay. So what else can we do? We can add, well, let's add a plate right over here, right at the top, because we're going to create a stair that's going to connect there. So in this case, I want a grading with all that characteristics. I'm not going to worry about that. And look here, I have to click here, the specific point I want it to start, okay? So I want the grading to be from this corner to this corner, the outer corners, okay? And look, it is a grading, yeah, made of like metal things. I'm going to change its color. I'm going to create a layer, and let's call it grading, okay? Now let's color it with this bright blue. And let's put it here in layer in the grading. Okay, there it is. See, you can see through it, and that's a plate. So I actually have to add railings, right? Because, well, without railings, no one can go up there. But before that, I'm going to create a stairs. So I click stairs, okay, and it says here, specify first point of stair. And I'm going to place a stair, let's say, here. Specify next point of stair, let's say here. Where am I? Here, okay. Okay, well, okay, look this. It's a stair. It actually is not where it must be, but it's a stair. And actually, like, the size of the stair is kind of huge for what we actually need. So let's try something here. Let's create a box. This size, this. Okay. I'm going to change to this, right? I'm going to make the main layer this one, okay. I'm going to create a member. The members, layer. Okay. Let's say this tall. Okay. Let's say that, and now I'm going to create stairs. So I have to place the first point of the stair, the second point of the stair, which is usually the arrival, and the third point of the stair. And I can like enclose here where I want. Oh, I pressed escape. Okay. Click enter. Well, it's not working. Something's happening. Let me verify. Let's go here to the stair settings. Okay. So we have here the type of stairs. We have a stair with a width of 3 inches and a maximum tread distance of 2 inches. Okay. So with that information, I must know what's the distance here. Let's look for the measuring tool. Stop here, dimension. Let's see, adjust space now. This one perhaps, linear, now it creates dimensions. Well, okay, so look what I'm going to do, because creating this stair is getting difficult, okay? So I'm going to draw here in my layer a guide line. I believe, yeah, I don't have a guide layer. So I'm going to create a guide layer. Its color is going to be, let's say, red. Okay. I'm going to activate it. And I'm going to draw a line from the point I want the layer, the stair, sorry, to begin in this direction. I'm going to take off in this direction. Okay. And let's say I want a stair that goes from this point to the floor I just drawn. So I'm going to click stair. I'm going to step on this point. Okay. And the second point I want is here. Okay. Then I want to click or to press enter, and there it is, my stair. Now I can erase the line and change its layer. I'm going to place it in the members layer. Okay. And well, I have to move it, right? So I'm going to move it this way. There. Actually, no, it wasn't well moved. Control C. Up. Redo. Okay. Let's see it this way. Move. Okay, let's move it first. There, it's complicated to move things in 3D, as I have told you a few times. Okay, let's turn off this thing. Okay, let's see. First, I want to move in the Z direction. Okay, and I want to match the last step with the grading. Okay, That's what I want to do, and I believe it's like here. Okay, and now I'm going to move it to the left. Okay, let's say there. Okay, now actually let's see. Well, it's right. Yeah, here match the last step with this. So I want to add, now that we are done with stairs, I want to add a railing, because it's kind of unsafe having this stair this way, right? So I'm going to click railing, and it says specify a start point. For the specify, I'm going to activate the snap and specify the start point right here in the middle, okay? And the end point of the railing is going to be, I'm going to turn off this off, is going to be this point, okay? And there it is. It creates a railing. Okay, I can create another one here. Let's say from this point, in the middle. Okay, we're going to do the middle, this part, and let's say, yeah, in that intersection there. So this one is better. Actually, I'm going to erase this one because this one isn't centered. So I'm going to draw a railing from the middle of this part through the intersection somewhere here. The problem when making zoom while drawing. Okay, now I have to go back. At least I have like this guideline, because sometimes you don't have even a guideline to know where you're going. Okay, and let's try to see where it is. It should actually, I want the intersection, but it doesn't show me any intersection. Okay. Let's go again. So let's say from this place to this place, and let's see, it looks like it's a disaster. So let's erase it. Let's draw it again. This point to this point. Okay, now I think it's better, kind of. And there it is, we have a railing, okay? And we can continue it right here, as it's appropriate, right? I can continue it in all the border here. We have having a problem with proportions, because, well, I'm doing this like without any calculation, just drawing and trying it to look good. But if you're going to draw like a professional thing, you have to obviously add dimensions and appropriate numbers and things. Okay, so there it is. We have the railing. I may have to move this railing a little bit upstairs, or right again. Let's try here. Let's say in this. The problem is that now when I need snaps, they don't appear, and sometimes I don't need them and they appear. So this is some of the problems of, or not problem, but an inconvenience of AutoCAD Plan 3D. Okay, now they are connected. It looks so much better. Okay, so there we have it. So what left to know and to understand how to use? We have learned how to use members, grids, railings, stairs, plates, footings, and I'm still missing ladders. For ladders, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a cylinder, but I'm going to change the workspace of 3D modeling. I click in box, I create cylinder, okay? It says specify a center point, I want the center point to be here. Look, see here, the snaps doesn't help me, the snap. So I want it to be the center here, the radius, let's say this, and now the height, let's say this. Okay, let's go back to the 3D piping. I'm going to change its layer. Okay, so let's wait, find layers. I want it to be, let's say, in the members layer, right? As well as the railing. I'm going to select one, right click, select similar, okay, right click, properties, layer, members. Okay, I'm going to hide these things. Okay, there we are. And now I want to create a ladder for this tower. Okay, so I click ladder. It says specify start point of ladder. Let's say activate the snap. Let's say here, and specify end point of ladder. Let's say here. Specify directional distance point or setting. Let's just click here and see what happens. Enter. Well, it didn't create anything. Okay, so with this cylinder, we're going to create a ladder. Look what other points you have to specify for a ladder. You have to, well, let's activate a snap. Let's create a ladder this way. So I have to specify the first point of the ladder, the end point of the ladder, and then the distance of from where I want the ladder to start, right? So I'm going to turn off the snap, and I want it to be like really close. So let's say 3 inches, okay? I write 3, press enter, and there it is. It's a ladder that's separated from the cylinder just 3 inches, okay? It has a cage, right? And here in the top, look how the end is. It has like the opening where you can go out. Yes? So you have here in the ladder settings how you want it to be, the geometry of the ladder, and also the cage. If you want the cage to be drawn, and well, where at what height does it start, the maximum distance, all its information, right? You can also change, for example, this is the ladder shape. You can change the ladder shapes. In this case, they are cylindrical. You may want them rectangular, for example. Okay, and you click OK, and it's going to change. Now, if you see here, the problem again with the zoom. So let's go back to our tower right here. Okay. Well, this time all of them are, no, here is the cylinder, okay? And you can change all that settings. And that's how you add the stairs, which is this kind of staircase, okay? You add ladders, which is this kind. You can add footings, members, rating and plates, and that's all for a structural modeling lesson. Thank you for being here, and see you in the following lesson, where we are going to learn about equipment model.